Hi, we're Caskets, and you're listening to
The Heavy Podcast.
So if I sold myself alive, would you be my guiding light?
Caskets are a band that have been making some big waves in their relatively short career. They were formed in 2018, and the boys from Leeds are about to release their second full-length album. They've just played Download UK. They're about to tour the US for the second time. And they are here right now in Australia for the very first time. They're zipping around the country as the main support for Windwaker, but Caskets have also managed to squeeze in some headliner shows while they're out here. I had the immense privilege to sit down with vocalist Matt Flood and drummer James Lazenby in the quietest corner that we could possibly manage to find in the Workers Club, Fitzroy, Melbourne, on the night of their first ever Aussie headliner show. I'm Ez. This is the Heavy Podcast with Caskets. Welcome to the Heavy Mag Podcast. I'm Ez, and I am sitting across from Matt and James from Caskets. Welcome to Australia.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
We did discuss this a little earlier, but you picked the wrong time of year to come here.
No, this is the perfect time of year. We're used to weather like this, so it's just like playing at home.
Yeah,
really.
we wouldn't be able to handle your summer. No way. No.
It's full miserable at the moment, so hats off. Well, you probably why are you wearing jumpers? And this should be warm and stuff.
This is all right.
Well, it's not like shorts and t-shirt weather, but it's like this about 9 months of the year in England.
Yeah.
So our wardrobe's just full of like big baggy shirts and jumpers and stuff.
Yeah.
I know you've only been here a couple of days, but is it living up to your expectations?
Yeah, beyond it. Like, yeah, it's beautiful. Especially Melbourne. Melbourne's a beautiful city. Like, it's really beautiful. The crowds have been crazy. To be fair, when we got here, I wasn't expecting anyone to even like really know who we were. Yeah. So the fact that most of the crowd, at least in every show, has been like singing back to us and stuff like that. It's been pretty crazy.
I was at Max Watts last night, and that was epic.
It was insane,
Unreal.
wasn't it? It was
insane.
And
And one of my favourite things about that was I could see the looks on your faces of just like,
Constant disbelief, like every show that we've done. I mean, the first show we played was in Perth, and it was just so loud, the amount of people singing lyrics back. So we never thought we'd get to this stage, like coming over here and hearing it at the other side of the world.
5 years, that's a pretty short amount of time.
Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Like, still pinching ourselves, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I just want to move here. It's so nice.
Do it! Oh, and we've got a great metal scene here too. Like the bands that we've got here are kick-ass. So just if I do say so myself. I saw your Instagram call out a couple of days ago too, Matt. Did you find a whiskey that you enjoy from?
Well, the one you had one to.
You were after a whiskey.
Oh yeah, I got a Lefroy today, so that was quite nice. But I'm still on the hunt for a top-notch one.
I don't know how he drinks it. I think it's absolutely vile.
It's good for you, mate. It's good for you.
Well, I'm a whiskey drinker, but I drink whiskey from overseas. I don't drink any I don't even know any Australian whiskies, so I couldn't help you at all. Sorry.
It's fine. I will find one.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I will find one.
You've got a little bit of time up your sleeve. So, okay, so 5 short years you've managed to achieve a whole lot. Last year you were in the US for the first time. Just a month ago you played Download Festival in the UK.
Yeah.
And now you're here, obviously, for the first time. On top of that, you did all this through a pandemic where we had lockdowns and we couldn't do shit. So what a fucking ride.
It's been crazy.
I mean, when it happened, we'd not even recorded his first album. And luckily, there was like a break in all the lockdown for like 2 months before we went back into it again. But we managed to get the album recorded then, which was nice because we actually got to see each other as well. But yeah, it all came together. Obviously, we wanted to do headline shows and meet the fans and stuff like that, but it was pretty much out of everyone's hands. So when we did finally get to start playing shows, we'd only played maybe 5 or 6 before lockdown.
Yeah.
And then the growth from going into lockdown, releasing the album, then playing shows again, it showed how much we'd grown. the amount of people that came to the shows was unreal.
Yeah, it was crazy. From like playing the last show we played before lockdown to playing the first show after, like the difference was insane. Like insane. We weren't expecting the difference to be as big as what it was, and thankfully we're just still riding that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what would you say might have been the biggest contributor to your name getting out there so much? I mean, like, there's no shortage of experts online that are telling bands how to make it, and you know.
I mean, it's having a good team around you. I mean, well, thank you.
You know, but there's a lot of bands on a local level that write amazing music and just sort of never broke that local scene. So, social media, was that a contributor
I think,
as well?
the branding, it was kind of a fluke with the branding. We'd throw a picture up and Chris's bassist just put a couple of colour gradients over it and said which colour looks better. We chose yellow and then seemed to run with it. And I think the social media seemed to go pretty well. We had good branding.
And your online fan club, like your Facebook group and stuff.
The Lost Souls group.
It's a real like wholesome community of people too. So
I mean, you can't play shows all day every day. So.
I think you can be a band and write the best songs in the world, but if you haven't got the right team around you that you can build that family kind of structure with, then you're not. I don't feel like it's gonna the passion will burn out quickly because you've not got those people around you to keep you going when you're feeling down and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? You need those people to perk you back up when you're feeling like crap, basically, or when things aren't going your way, like when we had to change the name of the band.
Yeah.
Like that was a real low point because
Although it kind of helped, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight.
Yeah, so that was going to be one of my questions and I was like, oh, how much of a sore spot is this going to be? You're not going to like hook up with them and have a beer while you're over. We shan't name names.
I mean, they're not on guest list, but if they want to come, they can come.
And,
we've got no qualms. I mean, and we've got no qualms with them. At the end of the day, we didn't do our due diligence. Do you know what I mean? So
it's naming bands is one of the hardest things ever.
And pretty impossible. Yeah.
Well, it obviously didn't slow the momentum of the band, but how much of a pain in the ass was it logistically to?
Oh,
it was a pain in the ass in
inducing.
every way.
I mean, we woke up every morning thinking, are they going to take us videos off of YouTube because the Spotify went as well. We didn't really get a pre-warning. It was suddenly we got a letter and then the next day everything was off Spotify.
Yeah.
So we had to
those Spotify stream numbers and stuff, like, they contribute to being able to get shows and being
exactly.
But we managed to get those numbers back luckily. So we didn't lose any streams. We had to edit a couple of videos to change the logo to say Caskets.
Do you know what? Personally, I think Caskets is a way better name anyway.
Yeah?
I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't at the start. I loved that captive's name. I've grown to love Caskets.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I suppose it'd be like giving birth to a child and then someone tells you have to change its name. Like, you put a lot of thought into that.
Gives us cool t-shirt designs though. Stick a coffin on it. There you go. There's a casket.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got the yellow t-shirt with the big casket on the back. It's great. How was download? Because like, as someone in a band, that's a bucket list and a half.
That was my first thing on the list. When I got in the band,
James can die a happy man.
I was like, if we get to download, that's me done. I'm happy.
That's me done.
I've made it. And I couldn't believe it, honestly, when we turned up. And we were obviously on the smaller stage, so hopefully we can move up later. But when we turned up, the stage was rammed. People were struggling.
It was surreal.
It was so loud.
Biggest crowd we've ever played to.
I nearly cried. I think.
And just the bands and stuff that you're amongst too, like.
Oh yeah.
It's well intimidating.
Yeah. I think that's another thing I love about you guys though as well, is that you're so humble. Like, you can see the gratitude when you post stuff on social media and.
Well, I mean, I'm in Australia. Like.
Isn't it? Like, well, you know, every kid who wants to be a musician dreams of doing what we're doing right now.
Hell yeah.
And like, fucking millions of people had you know, chew their own arm off to be where we are. So you've always got to take a step back and look at, appreciate what's happening in such a short space of time.
Yeah, and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The gremlins of technological failures hit, and as a result, I've lost some audio from this interview, but I had just asked the boys how it felt to tour the US last year for the first time. This will unfortunately be one of multiple audio gremlin attacks on this interview, so please forgive the rude interruption.
Yeah, that was another moment that I would just never forget.
Yeah, and you're heading back over there after this, right?
Yeah, we got, so we're playing tonight, we've got a day off, then we play in, you say it.
Oh God,
Go on.
Wollongong.
Even I know they don't say it like that.
Wollongong, that's it. Innit?
Wollongong.
There you go.
Wool, like a woolen jumper,
Wollongong.
There, right, we're going to move on from this. Right, and then we got like three more shows with Windwaker, and then we fly over to the US. So it's going to be a blast. Can't
With
wait.
Bless the Fall, which is unreal.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous thing that's happening, isn't it?
I mean, I listened to them continuously at high school when I had my crazy emo fringe, and I get to go mosh with them now.
You've
so,
got
yeah.
like a slightly toned down version
Yeah,
of it now.
I mean, this is long for me now.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might as well just keep it long until I meet them and be like, I'm still in emo, mate.
You still got the image.
Yeah.
Has the momentum of like the band affected your normal lives a lot? Like, are you still trying to juggle day jobs and do this?
Yeah. It's difficult, but it's worth it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a huge balancing act. I mean, I lived on I had a flatmate for years, and it got to a point with the band where we had to have a conversation with each other and be like, we need to all be like 100% in.
Yes.
So I've had to make sacrifices, like I've had to move back home, but my work at home is actually really helpful. They work around me, so when I'm not on tour, I'm able to go back to my job, do that, save up a bit. So yeah, it's hard. So you've got to make sacrifices, but hopefully the long-term effects will hopefully mean that I can move back out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you just keep touring, you just live in hotel rooms anyway, so you don't need a house.
I've literally spent the last 5 years like going on tour, coming back, getting a job, leaving, going on tour, getting a job, leaving.
Yeah, right.
But it's a nightmare, to be fair. But it's a nightmare when you get home and you're like, right.
Got to go back to reality.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I've got to do all this again. But it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. And if we keep working hard at this.
Well, what's the alternative? Don't do music and just work a shit job.
Exactly.
So-
I find it hard. I'd find it hard. I mean, it's impossible to even go a day without listening to Spotify.
We're too far in now
hell
to
yeah,
go back.
yeah.
So we're
I think a lot of people just don't realise how much of a juggle it is and how it's not a financially viable lifestyle, really.
No,
I mean, maybe for Metallica it is, but
well, yeah,
a lot of us aren't that privileged. So, on that, travelling is a test for even the strongest of relationships.
Yeah.
So, how have you guys found travelling together? Has it?
Well, we definitely know more about each other.
Yeah. Do you have to employ a system of like not giving each other the shits?
I mean, kind of.
So when we were on tour last year in America, we were with each other for like nearly 2 months, like every day, all day, in a
Yes.
camper wagon with holding absence as well.
Yeah.
With another band. So we got to learn everything about each other, like we know how to wind each other up, how to chill each other down, how to piss each other off. But no, we're a band of brothers. Do you know what I mean? Now, like we've all got our own personality, and we all mix well, and we all contribute something different to the band that creates what we are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like he's very good with the merch stuff. He deals with the merch stuff. I'd be an absolute useless piece of work, like sorting that crap out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
As long as we all pull his weight, we all seem to get along. And
Yeah.
now the fact that we're growing and we're able to get a team behind us as well, like having a merch person, a sound guy. I mean, Ben's amazing. Now we're growing. It's becoming easy. We've got past that hard point. I mean, America were a dream last year, but there's obviously hard moments in it where you're like, oh, we've got to get in, set up, then set up the merch, then maybe we have time for food, but then we've got to stand at the merch stand and stuff like that. So finally we're getting more time to free ourselves up. Like we basically saw none of America when we went last year because it was driving and then staying at the venue. So it's nice to be able to get a bit more freedom.
Yeah, and I noticed that you've got, on this tour here, you've got maybe 1 or 2 days that you have a bit of free time, is there?
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow we've got a day off, which is for travelling, but even then it's 8 hours. We can have a nice bit of lunch. And
Australia's hard because everything's so far apart, you know, so it's not like in the UK where a lot of things are close together.
It's weird. I never appreciated how big like Australia and America was, especially America until I went last year. It's like you can drive from the top of Scotland to the south of England in like what 6 hours, 6 hours, something like that. Like
that's crazy.
Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy. We can't even get a quarter of the way up the country here.
It's ridiculous. We drove from somewhere in Texas to South Florida, and it took like 26 hours or something. And that drive, I wanted to kill it. I swear down, like, my ADHD was going off on that trip.
Travel fatigue kicked in big time.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, it was ruthless.
Do you have any band rituals, like especially when traveling?
I mean, we've got one now, which is just the usual get together before we go on. Craig will do a stupid speech that'll make us laugh.
Yeah.
And then we shout Yorkshire, and then we go on stage.
Yeah, I think each person has their own little thing they personally do before they go on. Like I have like a 2-hour like routine now before I go on stage most of the time, like warming up and steaming and stuff like that. So
I'm so jealous of you having the capacity to do that because normally I'm like, finish work at 5, get in the car, drive to the show, get on stage, get off stage, drive home.
Yeah. Like thankfully now because we play later on at the night now. I have the chance to be able to do that. Like it's not only over the last year or so I've managed to work out what the right warm up is for me and how long it takes me to warm up properly and stuff like that. Whereas like you said before, you're rushing because you're playing first or second, and you're like, right, I need to get something to eat and I need to warm up, and then next thing you know you're on stage and it's nerve wracking, and it's just another thing that makes it harder for bands starting out to develop and flourish. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you've got to have like a good action plan together of how you're going to go about doing your job on it nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. And just as a singer to singer too, like I don't think people appreciate how like much of an instrument this is, and
oh god, yeah.
If you don't look like, if you like, guitarists can restring a guitar. You know, you break a drumstick, you get new drumsticks. If this goes,
exactly. Like before I joined Caskets, I'd never really sung like the way I sing in this band.
Yeah,
like,
you did a lot of acoustic stuff, right?
Yeah, before that I used to do a lot of acoustic stuff, and like doing that on stage is a walk in the park. Like compared to doing this, like it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but like you sing differently, like, and the experience is different when you're singing with a band, and you sing more intense and stuff like that, and you're way more prone to blowing your voice out. And I was doing that a lot when we first started.
Don't worry, I know all about it.
Yeah, the steamer is the thing that's like changed it for me. Like, just doing that ritually now, like is. Like we're on show 4. Like the last time I did 4 shows in a row, I did not sound like this.
Yeah.
I tell you now.
Yeah. Oh no, I completely understand. My little entourage over there, they asked me on the drive here, you're going to ask if you can sing a song with him? I'm like, I can't sing in his register. That's way too hard for me. I don't know how he does it night after night.
Neither do I, to be fair.
It's super impressive though.
Thank you.
I want to say Lost Souls for me was one of those gem albums that like just has no skippable tracks.
Thank you.
It's safe to say that I am.
And welcome to glitch number 2. I had just made a comment about Lost Souls being a topically introspective album for Matt, but that I understood the forthcoming album Reflections is not so much. So let us carry on.
Tell me sort of a bit more about the difference between the two records.
So yeah, like you said, with Lost Souls, it was the majority of the album was more about stuff that I've been through in my past and stuff I've been wanting to say, get off my chest type of thing. You know, these guys have got things to say as well. Do you get what I mean? And things to express. So yeah, we named the album Reflections because we wanted each song to like kind of reflect on a time or something one of us have gone through in the past. You know what I mean?
Lyrically, then, did everyone contribute, or did
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Like when we started writing the demos, like I would like the bass vocals down and stuff like that. But like the boys would come with me with like verses and lines and stuff like that, and we'd just try and shoehorn sometimes the verses in and try and work out a melody over the music, and it worked beautifully. So yeah, and also like James was coming up with like, he wasn't picking up a guitar and playing like riffs and stuff like that, but he was like coming up with like melodies for the guitar and yeah, we're like coming up with piano ideas and stuff like that. So we wanted this album to be acknowledged as a piece of work that was built by all of us and not just something that was built on a platform for me to write stuff on.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like we did that beautifully.
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of the album. I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah, well, neither. But the singles that have already come out are massive. So
Thank you.
yeah, I know that there's a very strong message around mental health in a lot of your songs as well, which I love. And I love that the messages are not sort of hidden under piles of metaphors as well.
Yeah.
It's quite to the point.
Yeah, you're quite open, and like that's really brave, because I mean, it's showing your vulnerabilities is not easy. If you didn't have music as an outlet, though, how different do you think things would be for you?
Oh God, I've got no idea. I don't know what I'd do without music.
What would you be doing if you wasn't in a band?
If I wasn't in a band,
what would you be doing right now if you weren't in this band?
Oh, I'd be lost. I'd have no idea.
Your lost soul.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nice.
I really don't
Yeah,
know.
we
I'd just
just
be looking for a job. That'd be it.
Yeah. Just be normal 9-to-5 guys.
How boring. How horrible. Better Way Out, the video for that was incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about that and how you put it together. And
I mean, to be fair, this is the first video that Chris has done on this album that he's put a lot of work into. He did a lot of direction.
Yes.
He came up with the idea, and I think it's just something that he wanted to show everyone and to show, like you said, our vulnerability and everyone else's, and how easy it can be to get to that point.
it's a full tearjerker of the video too.
Yeah, we just wanted to make something for people to realise that they're not alone, and it's done every day, all day, every day. People feel like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely wanted to put the messages at the end as well, and all the numbers
Yes,
for helplines.
I liked that.
We want to be the outlet for. We want to be the outlet for kids that we want
That you needed when...
Yeah, that we needed when we were
Yeah.
kids. Do you know what I mean? So many people and so many children look to music as an outlet for so many things in their life, and it's important. It's important that they're heard and that we take what we've been through in our lives into this job, so that they can witness and experience that we've been through what they're going through, and that there's a better way out, basically.
Yeah, 100%. And because I know your lyrics, connect deeply with your fans too. So how does it feel to have strangers from across the world, contacting you and sharing their stories, and just knowing that your music has helped, has been that,
Well, it makes me proud, to be fair, because that's what we set out to do. It's one of the main reasons why we play the music we do and sing the lyrics that we write, because we don't just want to write songs that
throwaway pop songs.
Do you know what I mean? What's the point in that? People don't remember that unless it's Kylie Minogue or something. But
And now we hit glitch number 3. The joys of technology. It was at this point in the game that I had suddenly realised something NQR was going on with my recording software, and so had James. We shall forge ahead.
It did it before it comes. Yeah, there you go.
It's okay. All right. You were getting so
so deep too. I'm so sorry. I was panicked about this because I'm like normally at home I'm like, yep, I've got everything and it's all good.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. You were so on a roll with yes.
No, I was just saying that. Yeah, we just want to be that outlet for people that don't have anything else to let their frustration out on or feel connected to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just want. That's why we put so much into our live shows as well. Like so many amazing bands that I've seen in the past, like with amazing messages. Like don't put it across live. Do you know what I mean? It's just so stagnant and stuff like that, and that's not what people want to see, in my opinion. People want to see that emotion and that realness from you and that genuinity. So yeah, that's why we do it the way we do it, and I can't see it changing anytime.
I can understand that some artists maybe have performed songs for 20 odd years, and so the meaning starts to maybe drop away a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. But in my opinion, like, you've got a responsibility.
Yes.
Like, people look up to you, and they pay very, very, very good money to come and see you live. So give them what they want. Do you know what I mean? Even if you have been playing it for 10, 20, 30 years live, like, it doesn't matter. It's how you feel as an artist playing that song is irrelevant, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because you've got a job to do. So go out there and do it the best that you can. The best that you can.
I have a motto, I suppose, that once a song is written and we've put it out there, it's not our song anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
You're giving it to everyone else. It's their song now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah.
100%. Yeah, I believe that.
I've just been told that we need to wind it up.
Okay.
All right. I reckon I can sneak this one in really quickly because I really wanted to. Do you like games?
Yes, very much.
Because I want to play a game. I'm going to call it the Who Is It game.
Okay.
Who is it?
I want you to dob each other in, or dob yourself in, if the shoe fits. And I'm going to ask some lighthearted questions.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me which member it applies to, basically.
Okay, let's go.
So who is the most likely to star in a reality TV show?
Oh, Craig.
Yeah, great.
Who is most likely to laugh at an inappropriate time?
All of us.
Yeah. I'm pretty bad
All
at that.
of us. I'd say Craig again if I had to pick. Yeah.
Craig's been dobbed in twice in a row. This is not boding well for him. Who was responsible for the majority of the farts? There is always a farter in a band. There always is.
Farts. You say fart. Farts.
Oh,
not fights.
farts, right.
Not
Oh,
fights.
fights.
I'd say you.
No, it's never
Oh,
really
Benji.
me. It's Benji. Yeah, Benji.
Yeah, Benji. Benji's got a wicked arse on him. It's disgusting.
Who is the most forgetful?
Me. Oh. See, I forgot that he was forgetful.
That'll be you then.
Who has the cringiest taste in movies or TV shows?
Oh, maybe
You.
me.
You,
Yeah.
definitely you.
I like a
Okay.
soppy film.
Yeah.
Coming
like
of age
Desperate
films,
Housewives
yeah.
and all that crap.
Yeah. It would, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Who is most likely to get in a little bit of trouble with the law?
Me.
Oh, I don't know. I'd go Benji.
Would you? All right,
Yeah.
we'll go Benji.
Well, probably both of you. Like one's egging the other on, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Ben. Maybe. Yeah. We'll go Benji.
Who's the first to always fall asleep?
Me.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
Funniest drunk?
Ooh.
Chris. I don't know. No, you. Yeah, you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you. God, he's...
Now I kind of want to like delve into some stories, but we haven't got time, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's something with a block of cheese. I woke up with a block of
my
cheese in the
God.
back pocket. That's right.
That was hilarious.
Emotional support cheese.
I don't know what it was. I just went to
He
a
was
deli and bought some
just drunk,
cheese.
bought some cheese,
Yeah.
put it in his back pocket, and went to bed. Woke up, and it was all over his bed sheet and all in his back pocket. Like
Who would you set up as the group leader during a zombie apocalypse?
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Who is the prankster or the biggest comedian?
Chris.
Craig.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris.
Who takes the most selfies?
None of us.
Oh, God,
Oh, maybe
I don't know.
Craig when he's in gym.
Yeah.
When he's in the gym. I thought you said jail for a second. I'm like,
He loves a gym selfie, doesn't he?
who is the most likely to drunk dial?
Oh. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Not you, because you'll have cheese in your back pocket instead of a phone.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care about.
Probably
the phone.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who is most likely to survive a slasher film?
Me.
Yeah.
These
Light
are all
on your
these
feet.
are all girls.
All right. Well, I've been told for the second time to wrap it up, so it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. Did you have any last words for the people?
No, just thank you for coming to the shows. Can't believe we're here. And
Yeah. We
Yeah.
love you and thank you for giving us this opportunity. We really appreciate it.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you guys out there.
It's going to be good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc.
Caskets are in Australia until Saturday, July 29, supporting Windwaker on their Love in the Dark tour. If you're in Brisbane, Newcastle or Sydney, you may be lucky enough to still score tickets and catch them. Let me tell you, I was at the sold-out Max Watch show in Melbourne last weekend, and it was an absolutely phenomenal night of music. So if you can get along, I implore you to do so. The new album from Caskets is Reflections and will be available August 11. Thanks for listening to the Heavy Podcast. Keep life heavy, homies.